AppleWand, news, tricks, and tips of everything Apple. Recently, Apple has launched their iPad Pro 10.5. This just got an overwhelming response, which Apple should get. Apple has decided to make the iPad Pro a new kind of device that can replace conventional laptop devices. The iPad Pro can literally do most of the things that any laptop can do. Let's review it into pieces. Apple decided to go with a new display size, considering the bezels are not cool at all. iPad Pro 10.5 is equipped with the most advanced display that any mobile device has ever had. The display. The new technology innovated by Apple called ProMotion is the small big change in the new iPad Pro. The awesome battery-saving technology automatically adjusts the screen refresh rate depending on what you are doing on the new iPad Pro. So for instance, it can fluctuate between 30 Hz to 120 Hz refresh rate. You can barely find any display which can reach such higher refresh rate. Sound quality. The iPad Pro 10.5-inch is the pro thing, so you cannot miss the audio. This is not just magical for normal users, but is useful for the musicians and artists who prefer to work on the iPad Pro. Apple does not disappoint these folks with these 4 speakers which are perfectly balanced to create realistic sound. These 4 speakers are placed at well-planned locations placed on the sides of the device. No matter how you hold the device, you'll just get the right sound quality. Apple has never been weak in the sound part of their devices. Does not matter whether it's the Mac or iPhone. iPad Pro looks the perfect device for their speaker technology, which gives rich media experience anywhere. The new touch keyboard. Apple does call it a full-size keyboard, but it's not surely the full-size keyboard, but it is bigger and better. Previous gen iPad Pro was having the same but smaller. The little increment in the size does not matter when it comes to the regular on-the-go typing work. It's not perfect, but it feels like home, so no complaints at all. iPad Pro 10.5 performance with A10X. This iPad Pro ships with Apple's new A10X processor. This is the best processor any mobile device has ever had. Apple was dependent on Intel for processors, but it should be aware of Apple now. Intel's high-performance processors face heat issues when used in mobile laptops. But this A10X Fusion chip processor just doesn't give a shit at all. iPad Pro 10.5 multitasking. Having a screen giving you around 120 Hz of refresh rate, integrated and rock solid, and efficient performance in graphics and processing, it just makes your day. Every day. It will just hold your eyes on it. You will barely fall asleep when using this device. You feel like you should not stop, no matter what you're doing. The camera or cameras on the new iPad Pro. Apple has chosen the iPhone 7's camera to replace in this new iPad Pro 10.5, which indeed as much as great as the iPhone 7. Well, people say that it's not a good idea to take photos on your iPad Pro. True that. You can't carry it outside for taking photos. It's awkward. It's still really useful if you want to record videos on a big screen, scanning stuff, or AR. Well, big screens are not always a con. Ever wondered of a big screen with the camera so that you can see what is actually getting captured? It's better to look at the real output than just looking through the lens. King of the Ring, the software. This new iPad Pro, it's going to be equipped with all the new iOS 11. This upgraded iOS is the perfect match for this device. It will not only allow you to do multitasking in a different way, the easy way. Along with some multitasking features, the iOS 11 offers some new apps on the App Store. For the first time in Apple mobile device history, it is offering a file manager. The file manager not only allows you to store content, but it allows you to modify them as you want. Apple Pencil. If you buy an iPad Pro and not the Apple Pencil, you're wasting your money. Apple just announced a very little lag in Apple Pencil with 20 milliseconds of latency. That is more of than great. The keyboard, smart. Along with the Apple Pencil, Apple is offering a new smart keyboard, which is indeed not compatible with the normal iPads, because it requires Smart Connector, which Apple puts on only the iPad Pro. Well, I don't think we really need iPad Pro keyboard. For most of the things, it's the on-screen keyboard is just enough. But anyways, if you really need to do some kind of serious typing work on this device, and you may think that, but most of the time it's not required. Battery life. Dude, it's Apple. Well, when it's an Apple thing, you don't have to think about carrying the charger with you. So Apple promises the 10 hours of battery life, which includes Wi-Fi streaming or media consumption, so you won't need to plug in this device for a whole day, at least. The conclusion? This is the best thing you can buy for you if you use a computer for any work. So, as you can see, I am pretty impressed with this device. I'm using it most of the time to do my on-the-go work, and I'm loving it. Please like, share, comment, and if you're not subscribing to our channel, you're simply missing it.